Hey everyone, it's Ingrid. Welcome back to my kitchen, and I hope you guys are ready to make some food today because I have an awesome salmon burger recipe to share with you guys. Alright, for ingredients you're gonna need some canned salmon, and I just have 2 cans here. Then I have some baby arugula, a couple eggs, some toasted breadcrumbs, freshly chopped parsley, lemon juice, a mixture of shallots, onions, and garlic, some gluten-free hamburger buns, but feel free to use whatever you have on hand. I just really like these because they're whole grain and gluten-free, which is awesome. And then I have a vegan spread, and this is soy-free. It is super delicious. Some dried basil, red pepper flakes, mustard, and olive oil. Let's start making these patties. So I just have a bowl here. You want about a medium size so you can really get your hands in. And I'm going to take the salmon. This is just a couple cans of salmon. And what you can do, this is an awesome recipe for using leftovers. If you've already cooked up some salmon, you can just flake it off the skin, put it in a bowl, and that's even better than using canned salmon. It's gonna taste incredible. Then I just have some breadcrumbs here. You just want a little bit, you don't want too much, and an easy way to make your own breadcrumbs so you don't have to get the processed ones at the store. You just toast a piece of bread, pop it in the toaster, and then throw it in a food processor, and that's it. And you can even put in some like basil if you're using it as a topping for something. That tastes really good. Now to bind everything together, we're gonna need these eggs, and this is what's gonna help keep the patty together because salmon is really flaky and we're gonna need the patties to stick because we don't want them to fall apart. So I'm going to crack these eggs. And I actually came up with this recipe because I was really tired of turkey burgers. Don't tell my boyfriend this, but I was really sick of them because he just wanted turkey burgers all the time, and I was like, no more turkey burgers! Like, I need something else. So I really love salmon, and I wanted to experiment with making salmon burgers, and these are a great healthy alternative to things that you can get at a restaurant or at a fast food place because you really know the ingredients that you're putting in. They're fresh from your kitchen, and you can tailor everything to your own taste. So now I'm just putting in some fresh parsley. This is about 2 tablespoons, and this adds a really pretty color to everything as well. And then here I have some freshly squeezed lemon juice, and this is also about 2 tablespoons. And that goes right in there. Lemon and salmon pair very nicely together, as well as dill. If you want to throw some dill in here, that would taste really nice. Then I have the shallots, onion, and garlic mixture. Just kind of eye it, mix them together. If you don't have everything, just use onions. If you just have garlic, use those. So this is about 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna throw that in. For the basil, we're going to be using about half a teaspoon. So that just goes right in there. And then the last thing that goes in is about a teaspoon of mustard, and I'm actually not even gonna measure this out. I'm just going to eye it. I'm just gonna squirt a little bit in. That looks good to me. So then, I'm just gonna take a spatula here, and I'm gonna start off by just mixing it all together. Oh, you know what I forgot? The red pepper flakes. These are so good in these patties. I can't believe I almost forgot these. They add a little kick, which I like. If you don't like spicy food, you can totally leave these out. That is completely fine, but I really like the slight heat that it adds. My boyfriend does not like spicy food, but I try to like sneak it in every now and then. I try to be sneaky, and I try to get him to like spicy food. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm actually gonna add in some more breadcrumbs. If your mixture is feeling too wet, just keep adding breadcrumbs. So now I'm just gonna dig my hands in because I really wanna feel the texture. This is the best way to feel if the patties are going to stick together when you form them. So now that I've had my hands in the mixture, I feel like I want another egg in it, but not a whole egg. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take this egg and I'm gonna separate out the egg white and let the egg white go in, but I'm gonna keep the yolk in here because I really want these patties to bind together. So that's how you separate an egg white from the yolk if you've never done it before. It's super easy. And also, if you ever get an eggshell in a mixture when you're making eggs, the best way to get it out is to use the shell to scoop it out. Because if you try to use your fingers or a fork, you're gonna be there all day trying to fish it out. So I'm just gonna keep mixing this together with my hands. And I'm gonna need some more breadcrumbs to balance this out. I know it's kind of a weird comparison, but it kind of feels like a meaty dough, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of spongy and squishy. I just have some olive oil heating up in the pan back there, so in the meantime, we can start making the patties. And this is my favorite part because I just like playing with food. And this is kind of like the adult version of playing with Play-Doh. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna form patties, and there's no real rule that you need to follow for the size that these need to be, but what I like to do to kind of gauge and make sure they're all around the same size is I grab an amount that's about the size of my palm. So when I form the patty, it's about palm size. That's a good guide to follow because most hamburger buns are about that size. So here is the first patty, and I'm just going to place it here. And you don't want them to be too thick or thin, you just kind of want a nice, happy medium. But the good thing about this is that since we are using canned salmon and it is already cooked, it's not raw, you really just have to worry about the egg cooking, which happens really fast when you put it into the pan. You're not dealing with like raw fish that you are like paranoid about. I'm super paranoid when it comes to meat. I'm like, is it cooked? Is it cooked? I don't want it to be raw. So there we go with patty number 2. This really reminds me of when I would play with Play-Doh as a kid and make like pretend food. It was so much fun. So I'm gonna take these guys over to the heated skillet so we can cook them up. Now that our patties are done, we can start assembling the burger. I'm gonna start by grabbing the hamburger bun, and I'm going to put a little bit of the vegan spread on here. So I like quite a bit because I like my burgers to be like moist. I think this is a great alternative to regular mayonnaise. The ingredients are really great, and this version happens to be soy-free as well. And you don't even notice that it's not mayonnaise. And it has a slightly citrusy flavor to it, so paired with the salmon, it's perfect. Okay, so we have the spread on the buns, and now I can just grab one of the patties here and place it on the bun. And then I'm just gonna top everything off with a little bit of arugula. And arugula is really nice because it has a kind of like spicy taste to it. It's not like burn your tongue kind of spice, it's just a slightly peppery flavor, which I think goes really nicely with the salmon as well. So then, actually I'm just gonna go for it with the arugula. I want this to be nice and green. So I'm just gonna top this guy off here, and there you go. This is the finished salmon burger, and I think this is a great thing to make when you're at home or if you have friends coming over, because this automatically makes 4 to 5 servings, and you can serve a lot of people. It's healthy, it tastes good, and it's not gonna leave you in a food coma for the rest of the day. Like your guests aren't gonna be on the couch like, ah, what did you do to me? But they're still really gonna like it. That's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you make your own salmon burgers, I want to see your photos, so send them in on Twitter and Instagram, and be sure to subscribe to Pop Sugar Girls Guide and come back here so you can see more cooking videos with me. But yeah, I am gonna dig into this burger, so I will see you guys later. Bye! Here we go, bite time. Good stuff.